Gentlemen, how it do? I just tried to stream and it said there was an error. I tried it again, it worked. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I'll be honest with you. I got the fucking ice cream man going beside my house. What is going on right now? But, how's everybody doing, man? You already know we a bit late. It ain't an OP stream unless I'm late. Let me let everybody in Discord know we out here. Man, chat, went to see the Odyssey Monday. What a movie. What a movie. Peak cinema, if I say so myself. Great quality cinema. I need to take off this thing for MP and put the arcade thing on him again. Every time I do this, it automatically puts that on him. That shit was fire, man. Me and my girlfriend went to go see it, and we loved it. Every second of it. I could see some people saying the beginning is slow, but like, I don't know, man. I don't really get that. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you gotta have some kind of build up, right? You gotta have some kind of build up, some kind of like world building, some stuff to like understand the character and everything, right? I feel like this stuff takes time. You can't really rush that. If you rush that, you just get JJK, and that's one of the main critiques of JJK. Is that a lot of the times they don't take time to build up their story. It's just non-stop action. But that was great. I loved it, every second of it. What's up, Admiral? Momo, how you doing? Dixon? How's everybody doing, man? Scorch Blaze, how it go, man? Please tell me why Digimon was Buns. It is Buns, I just wanted to hear it from you. Why? If you believe that and do you want me to validate your opinion? Is that why? If you already know it's Buns and that's what you believe is Buns, why do I need to say it's trash as well? I argue that what is understood doesn't need to be spoken. So how's the Power World going? Shit. Chat. Let me tell you, man. The Power World is going. Dude, it's crazy. I unironically spent like the last 20 hours of playtime in the game doing nothing but breeding, because I'm playing with Brian. I'm also playing with Ark. Some of you guys may know both them from my Discord. Ark is like one of the head admins, and Brian is damn near an admin at this point. We just got him mod. If I give him admin, I'm scared he's gonna delete the server. Don't tell him I said that. But for Ark, he's been getting on and off because he's been like real busy. I think he also went on a trip recently to somewhere in Texas, and so me and Brian's been playing, and Brian's been playing the most out of all of us. I'm hosting the world, so whenever I'm like off at work or I'm like doing other stuff, I'll literally turn on my PC, and I have so much playtime on my PC for Power World just because I'm literally keeping the server on. So, but yeah, like the last 20 hours that I've played, well, I would say before the most recent like 5 hours, the last 20 hours I played, dude, I was just fucking breeding nonstop and trying to get like the best passives and stuff like that. And then I realized kind of towards the end, I was like, damn, I really shouldn't have done that, because I really only need to get the pals, maybe like get good IVs or get as close as possible to good IVs, because later on you get the implants from the world tree and you can just like get a bunch of money and put those implants into the pals, so you don't have to waste all that time like going through breed or pal trees or like the breeding trees and stuff like that. But it was fun for the most part. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I've beat the final boss So it's pretty much just straight in-game stuff now for me. You know, getting the legendary schematics, fighting the other raid bosses like the hard modes and stuff, fighting the hard mode tower bosses and all that. Pretty much just getting kind of like a collectathon, right? Just collecting all the legendaries and doing everything else. And I guess once I'm done with that, I don't know, maybe I'll start a new world and play it again. I got my girlfriend into it. We started playing Power World 2. We have a world as well. And she plays on the PlayStation. I'll play on my PC. And yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's a fun game. Just kind of ain't got nothing else going on. Just play some Power World. You can do so much in Power World, man, for hours on end. But yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. It's wild because whenever it first came out, like I liked Power World whenever it was in early access, because I was where I played it like that first week it came out in early access. I was like, this game's cool, but I didn't really like think too much more into it than that. Like I kind of like only put at most 20 hours in, then stopped. Ever since 1.0, chat, I've put like over 100. So it's been crazy, man. It's been 1.0 is fantastic. I'm really excited to see like what else they do, especially with like a lot of the different raid bosses and stuff. Like Panthalus, that's the whale's name, right? Yeah, the legendary whale. Dude, that guy is so sick. Like, holy fuck. I'm like, dude, what a fucking fight, man. You think this is just like a little survival game, and then you have like actual straight raid bosses from MMOs. It's incredible. I already have Yakumo. Since the Brave Frontier event. Yeah, I've been playing LC as well. Some people's been asking me if I'm gonna make a video on it eventually. Some may say it's inevitable, but I'll eventually make a video on it. I've been grinding it. I recently got Karma, the newest character that came out. I got him. I didn't get his SSR arc, but I didn't really care too much. His SSR arc is kind of whatever. But yeah, I've been doing that. I've been going through the hard mode. I beat all of Act 1. I've beat all the way up to like 2-50, I think, of Act 2. And I'm trying to do some of the hard mode now, but I really hate how they have it. I love if they would have like the auto advance feature like GS has, because I would just want to put it on auto advance and just take me through the whole fucking story, man, on hard mode, please. I don't want to set that. I don't want to have to click buttons. Just let me do this in the background while I do something else, so I can unlock the other stages, so I can start farming like the different crystals and stuff like that, because it is a lot. And even if you just do only events, I mean, just doing the events gives you quite a bit of enhancement mats, but you really gotta like also have that farming going, I think, in the background, to just always have a comfortable amount that no matter what unit comes out, you can pretty much easily get them to where you want them to be. But yeah, it's been fun doing that. I've been trying to unlock more of the Godforge weapons as well, but ever since 1.0 came out for Power World, I've kind of like not been on LC as much, but I still try to get on and do the event. I try to burn like all my orange orbs on the event, so I can at least have that. I saw Kaine. I think it's Summer Kaine. I don't know if she's new or not, but I think she comes out later tonight or tomorrow with the summer banner and the UR arc. So okay, Evo. Are you fucking serious? I'm just gonna be honest with you. Before I do this, how fucking stupid do you have to be? In all honesty. Before I do what I'm about to do, how stupid do you have to be? Get banned, son. Get banned. You can't come into somebody's chat just selling fucking account. What? Or giving away account. How fucking stupid do you have to be? What the fuck? I'm not saying that you don't do it. I'm not saying for you not to have a bot account. I'm not saying for you to go get your ass any which way you want your ass, you know, man butt, women butt, whatever it might be, you know? I ain't judging you. The point is that you can't just come into somebody's chat and start selling accounts. For one, that's self-promotion or giving away accounts. And then for two, imagine what would happen if I let that shit slide. Everybody, OP endorses account selling and giving away. For one, why does it fucking matter? And for two, no, I don't. Oh my God. Why is Simon so trash? I made a whole video about it, brother. I made a whole video about it. Yeah, the quality of life in LC is way behind. I think they've done some stuff pretty good. The whole reason why I haven't played that game and I've always dropped it is because the quality of life. I think they're missing a lot of features that just make it a pain to play at times, and you just kind of have to get over it if you enjoy the game enough, right? Like, for example, auto advance is one of them. I think also not being able to directly search for the skill's name in the arc menu is kind of a big one too, even though like everybody would just tell you learn every arc. But if you didn't want to do that, then, you know, searching for the skill name could be really good. I think that's a big one for me. Skill search. Also, I think there could be like a good thing in the game where it was like maybe the play history of all players, and it would show you like what was the most replayed story stage. And the reason why, like, you know, all the drops it has, and you'd be like, okay, well, that makes sense. That's the most played story stage, so I should play that because everybody else is doing it to get all these resources. Because unless you look up online, then you wouldn't know. That's another thing. The community for LC is so small that it's hard to find a lot of different resources for it. It's very obscure. And I want to say that arguably the people who do try to make resources for it, or not even resources, but like I would say maybe I get some shit for this. I don't know. But it's just from how I was as a kind of more of a newish player going into LC. A lot of the content creators, or like just anybody that makes a video on it, I feel like doesn't really do too well of a job explaining stuff to an extent. Like not really saying like how certain things work, or like more so how to build a certain way. Because instead of teaching me like, oh, or not even teaching me, like just showing me the build, I would rather you tell me why you build a character like this. When is this useful? When is it not useful? You know, what are like some key takeaways for each role you want to make and stuff. I saw maybe one video and I forgot who made it, but it was a fantastic video. And he talked about specifically, he was talking about the different ways to abuse skill CT, and like pretty much making batteries with honey elixir or spirit breath and all that. And that was a fantastic video, probably the best video I've seen, informative wise, for LC. And the guy has like hardly any subs, and I'm like, dude, what the heck? I mean, he doesn't post that often, but from what I saw, I literally can't remember the guy's name. Do I play Fortnite? No, I've never. Is there a budget team for Grand Crusade? In what way? Like, are you saying? Because like technically, in most cases, you want to use a lot of different units in LC. But I said an LC, good lord, and GC, but it just depends on which way you take it. Because technically anybody is viable because of the leveling system GC has. It's just some characters are a bit better than others. You can really start with whatever. And if you get stuck, the only thing you have to do is go back and just do a bunch of fights on the stage and level up your units. You'll eventually outscale your enemies. It may take you longer, but I mean, that's just how the game mode is set up. Do I never get a 777? I don't think I've ever gotten a 777, actually. Everybody exhausted? Well, yeah, I'm not saying it to like denounce what they do or anything. It's just me as an outsider looking in. I mean, I can respect for what they do. A lot of people don't understand whenever I say this. I'm not saying it in a hateful way. I'm saying it as a actual criticism. And criticism can be taken either negatively or in a positive light and learn from it. And this is just something that I would do. But I'm also a little bit biased because I'm almost comparing them to the way that I would make a piece of content, I guess. And not everybody makes stuff like me. And I'm not saying that I'm the best at doing it, but like that's kind of like, I would say my base level or something, you know? Be like, oh, well, that's actually really good. Or even like just not even just me, but like just other pieces of content that I've viewed. I've watched a ton of YouTube and watched a ton of informative stuff on multiple different games. And there's some stuff that I think that some people are able to teach a bit better than others. That's pretty much the main thing it is. And I'm not saying I'm the best teacher, not saying that other people that I've watched are the best teachers. It's just pretty much what I'm getting at is that I'm saying it as a way to critique them and not be hateful. I'm not saying that their content is bad or like what they do is bad. It's just not entirely what I'm looking for. And as someone who makes content, whenever I see something like that, if I was an LC creator, I personally would be like, well, that's not what I'm looking for. But I want to make it just in case. I want to make this content like this because that would be what I would want to watch, right? So maybe I'm not the target audience, which is very possible as well. I'm just trying to learn something. You know, that's it. When we get Tokyo Ghoul, would lifesteal be good or not? I mean, we already have lifesteal in the game. It's just a lot of bosses have lifesteal resistance. So it could still be useful, but it wouldn't be like as broken as you might think it would be. It would be cool if we had a unit that just wouldn't die as long as he kept hitting the boss, but it doesn't really happen. In some cases it is, but... Oh, you mean AP is good, but the stamina drink that restores all units is hard to get. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. The best thing to do about that, I've noticed at least, is just getting doing the missions. You know, clearing as many tiles as possible and getting the missions like that. I've got quite a few now. I got about like 80. But I will say, depending on how many teams you have, depends on how long you can like stretch that for, right? Because if you have a full 5-team setup in GC, well then those 80 stamina drinks that you use one and it refills everybody's stamina is going to go a lot further for you than just, you know, if you only have like 1 or 2 teams. Most of the LC nerds are hiding in Discord spreadsheets. That is true. And I think that's another thing as well, is that some people just, you know, they don't have any interest in making content, which is perfectly fine. And also, some people just aren't really content creators at heart, to an extent. And I would say content creators at heart. It's just, when you get behind a microphone and you start talking, it's hard to, at least for like a bit there, it's hard to kind of put yourself completely out there. It's hard to be kind of goofy, kind of out of pocket, you would say, maybe a bit more. It's not really fake to an extent. It's an emotion that you're feeling and you're conveying it. But it's like, you know, you got to be a bit more upbeat, I would say, at times. I'm not the most upbeat content creator, I'll tell you that right now. I feel like I kind of keep it tame because, I mean, I'm older. I'm 26 years old, and I don't want to have like some crazy, welcome back to the Fortnite video, guys. Today we're learning how to crank 90s. Like, I don't want to be like that. I'm not doing that, dude. I see, oh my god, I saw a fucking Palworld short. I almost had a damn aneurysm watching that shit. Oh my lord. It's just like the amount of crazy edits, sound effects and everything else. It's like an episode of fucking Johnny Test. And I'm like, oh my god, shut the fuck up for like a few seconds and talk like an actual person. But I understand that, because he's making it for the people who like short form content, and usually most short form content people, they are kind of, you know, really just boom, 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 you know, the entire time. You have to go crazy with it or else people aren't gonna watch it. Yeah, hard to make it real. Yeah. Oh, did I die? I should be fine. Yeah. But I would say that, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much taking yourself and how would I put this? I guess it would be taking like think of yourself as like some Play-Doh or something, and you're kind of just stretching it as far as you can. And that's the best way to put it as content creators, I guess. You're just really trying to make a very, not really exaggerated version of yourself, but you're trying to put your best foot forward. That's the best way to say it. But you need to put your best foot forward damn near most of the time. Because in content creating, you always want to, you know, be your best self. So in most cases, people don't usually watch, like the average viewer that's just scrolling through and they watch one of your videos, you know, they won't want you to be like all mopey and stuff, and that's the first time they've seen you, because you never know when it's gonna be the first episode for them, like the first video they watch. You know, it's not like we're a long running series like One Piece or whatever, and you want to see character development and everything like that. Most people don't give a fuck. They want to see whatever they're looking for and just get off. That's just the reality of content creating. And also like attention spans. That's one of the reasons why I play a lot of different games, but I don't think I would ever make like another channel, just me like playing a bunch of different games, especially if I had to make like multiple parts to one video. So it was like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, because usually let's play channels just don't really do that well. And that's why you see now like a lot of people just do one big mega video, damn near a movie of them playing through like the entire game. That would be like, if I did make another channel, I would maybe do something like that. Like, I was thinking about doing it for platinums, because as I get older, I like 100%ing some of my favorite games, but I wouldn't want to 100% every game. You know, some people that's like all they do. I would want to like do kind of a mix of first time playthroughs and have like a big 3-4 hour video, and then other times have like a full platinum run. I think that could be cool for certain games. Because right now, just put it like in perspective, me and my girlfriend are playing through Kingdom Hearts. She's never played Kingdom Hearts, and I told her that it's one of the most confusing stories she'll ever see in any piece of fiction. And she's like, there's no way. She's like, they're just, you know, it's like Disney characters and stuff like that. There's no way it's that confusing. I was like, get ready. By the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, she was already like, wait, what? Because I was getting her to read the Ansem reports and everything else. And she's like, oh, this is getting like crazy already. And then we played Rechain of Memories. We're literally at the end of Rechain of Memories fighting Marluxia right now. And she's like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, that, you know, that Riku wasn't actually, you know, that wasn't necessarily him. And it's a bunch of stuff. So if you guys play Kingdom Hearts, you probably know. Or if you ever try to show a loved one or your friend Kingdom Hearts and you played it with them and, you know, maybe helped guide them through it. Oh yeah, dude, it's a lot. And also, I've become such a... I've kind of reignited my love for Kingdom Hearts recently. And to an extent, I'm becoming more of a lore head. I literally went... My girlfriend was like, hey, you know you still got like a $25 gift card at Amazon. And I saw that the Kingdom Hearts Ultimanium was like $22. I literally bought it. And then my girlfriend was surprised me and she bought me the Kingdom Hearts character files book as well, like the one with KH3 Sora on it. I'm like, holy. So I'm truly becoming a lore head when it comes to that, which makes sense. I mean, that was like the game that I was obsessed with when I was a kid. So OP with the what's up guys energy is a cursed timeline, man. I used to do that though, like that was like way back in the day, but you can just tell. I've become a lot more comfortable saying what I want to say, and then also kind of just being myself when it comes on camera, because I used to like start videos. And another thing was that the environment I was in, I didn't really want to be loud to an extent, or like talk at a good level, because I had other people living with me, and a lot of the times whenever I would record, it'd be like 2 o'clock in the fucking morning because I was a freak, and it'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I didn't want to talk too loud. And then at other times whenever I would record like in the evening, I also didn't want to talk too loud because my house was always real quiet, but I had, like I said, a few other people living with me. I had my uncle and my grandma living with me, and you know, they would be in there watching TV or something, or like, you know, on the computer or talking on the phone with somebody. And I don't know, to me it's just how I've always been. I don't like disturbing people's peace, even if they want me to necessarily do, you know, they want me to talk to them and stuff like that. I don't like doing that because I'm somebody who loves their peace. If I could just chill at the crib with my girlfriend and my cat Natsu all day, every day, and no one bothered me, I'd be the happiest man alive. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not like when people disturb my peace. But so I just kind of treat other people like that. Like, unless I truly need help figuring something out, or like I actually want to talk to you about something, then I'll talk with you. But in most cases, I don't want to do that to other people. So that was another reason why back then I didn't really, I don't know if I would say exaggerate myself, but it would be very specific moments. And I think the best videos I made was whenever I got out of that headspace while I was in that environment, and was able to kind of put a bit more of myself out there. Like, for example, in my Bleach summon videos, which are some of my favorite videos I've done on the channel, I was able to do that pretty consistently because I would record whenever I start recording Bleach. They usually wouldn't be home. They would be off doing something, so it'd be like the perfect time. Mind you, I'm like 20 years old doing this, and some people may be like, oh, that's childish, but I don't know. To me, it's a respect thing more than anything, you know? Sure, it's my own home, but like, it's about being respectful more than anything. But yeah, it's crazy, chat. Also, yeah, I have heard, you know, people are upset with Simon, and rightfully so. I'm also people. I've seen people say, like, we should maybe do some type of buffing or something, you know, maybe get Next Ninja to do something like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think we're gonna see a buff come out. The only reason why I say that, I'm not gonna be able to beat this, am I? Maybe I can. Maybe Saitama can do it. I think Saitama has enough damage to do it. But the only reason why I say that, I just don't think they're gonna bend the knee like that. And also, is it necessarily bad if they do? You know what I mean? Like, how bad would it be if Yama P and them bent the knee now for something like that? Because then it's like, well, in the future, will they do that again? Like, if something bad happens and it gets worse enough, are we just gonna make it to where, oh, we complain enough and stuff and like attack them enough that they'll change stuff? And that's another thing too. I'm not against people like rallying together and trying to get a buff to go through. My problem is people are gonna be people, and I know for a fact that most people are probably gonna go about it the wrong way. And it's gonna turn, or it's just gonna be like a really bad time, I feel. I just don't know. I don't think it's gonna be the best case scenario. I'm not gonna be able to do this, am I? I'm gonna need Saitama's like super art again, I think, to get through all this. Because he takes less damage while we're poisoned or diseased. I need to put on just a defense equip that can probably remedy that. There we go. But I don't know. People are gonna be people, and I think that they'll kind of abuse that power to an extent if they get their way once. Because I think whenever it comes out to JP, that might be when they buff him. But before then, I don't see them actually buffing Simon. I mean, it would be absolutely incredible. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you, it'd be incredible if we got a Simon buff, like recent or like before too much longer. Also, wait, what does this do? Fog, humans, beast, and giant. That's not good. I mean, it is good, but not that good. But I think it would be good if we did get some kind of buff for Simon right now. But I don't think we're gonna see that till it comes out to JP. They got to give him something though. It didn't sound promising. Yeah. It's just like, I don't want like the GS community to like be, how do I put this? I feel like either way I put this isn't gonna get the point across the way that I want it to. I just don't want the GS community to become like one of those communities that constantly complain and bitch about damn near everything about the game, and it damn near drowns the game in entropy. And it's like, come on now. There's some good stuff there, you know what I mean? There's some good stuff happening. It's not all bad. It's not constant like, oh shit, you know, worst thing ever. So I'm really hoping that maybe they do something by the time it comes out to JP. But for right now, I don't know. I also think to an extent the GS dev team is pretty sour here and there when it comes to making changes that wasn't originally planned, especially for like units or different pieces of mechanics, because they use so much time and energy. But like, I don't know, that's just, I've always felt that ever since the whole pity change, it definitely felt like a whole kind of like a mother situation, you know, where it's like you ask for something all day and they finally give it to you, but it's not exactly what you want. There's like a catch to an extent. It's like, fine, you want this lollipop? All right, fine, you can have it, but you're grounded for a week. Like, what the fuck? Or something like that, you know? So yeah, the nitpicking era, exactly. And I mean, it's okay to nitpick, and I think it's good to be critical about the things that you love, because I love GS, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if people call me the #1 hater of GS. So, you know, because I am so critical about different aspects of the game, and I try to voice my concerns and my opinions every time that I have any. So when stuff happens, it's not like I just fork out whatever. And what's wild is I remember seeing in a comment section on, I forgot what video it was, I think someone called me a shill for GS, and I'm like, out of every fucking body here, I shouldn't be a shill. Like, there's no way. Also, mind you, I haven't been invited by GS to do anything ever since I initially showed up, you know, years ago at that one anniversary. So, I mean, I think it's also because of scheduling, though. Like, my schedule's kind of real wonky. And the last time, they only ever reached out to me again, I think within the same year, and they asked me if I was going to Anime Expo. And I was like, shit, if y'all pay for it, you know, if y'all pay for it, I'll go to Anime Expo. Absolutely. But if y'all ain't pay for it, man, I'm not going to Anime Expo. Dogging on GS a little while back? Yeah, I did. It's just, I feel like this game can be as special as Brave Frontier. As people talk about Brave Frontier, I feel like we're on the cusp of GS being very similar to an extent, with like, well, not really like completely similar, but like, you know, I would say with the amount of content you have, with the boss fights, with the gameplay and everything, it's something simple, but it has a lot of depth to it. I feel like you're on the cusp of it. And a lot of the times, whenever it comes to GS, I feel like we're always taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. So whenever I like bitch and complain or say like this and that, that's mainly what it's for. Another thing is too, is that like, I think it's hard to kind of change the ways of GS to an extent by now, because it is an older game. GS is getting older and older and older, which with each passing day and each passing year, you know, this game is on its way to 10 years old in JP. And whenever I first started doing content for GS, I truly believed that this game would not be around for 10 years. But here we are, you know, and that was like year 1 of GS. I was like, it's probably got at least a good 7. A good 6 or 7. I hate, oh my fucking god, I just said it. Oh my god. I I hate that fuck. I'm not even gonna teach my fucking kid how to count, because I'm not even gonna teach them those 2 specific numbers. But yeah, man, I absolutely believe that there was no way GS could have a long, super long time, or I would say like that is still a long life for a mobile game, you know, like 7 years, 8 years. That mobile game's been around for a long time, a lot longer than most others. I do think I'm seeing, though, it's kind of interesting because I mean, I know games are closing down, but one thing that's kind of cool is that it seems like a lot of these mobile games, whenever they come out now, not only are they like trying to stay around for as long as possible, right, and stick around for the long term for income and revenue. A lot of mobile games, whenever they're closing now, I saw, well, I say a lot, but I would say quite a few are starting to kind of, my bad, Chatham. Okay, never mind. It was something, but are kind of starting to make offline versions after the game goes out, or like make a $30 version that you can just buy and you have all the content in the game. I know Mega Man X Dive or Rockman X Dive did that, and I never played Rockman X Dive, but I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, well, that's like the best way to do it without, you know, completely getting rid of the game forever. Because one of my favorite games ever, Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, on my phone at least, one of my favorite mobile games, I can't play it no more, you know? There's no way for me to play it. There is nothing. And it's like, well, that sucks. You know? At least with like Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, they're going to kind of put that all into a story, like a complete package, sell it for, what is it? I think it's going to be $50, right? 40 or 50 with Final Fantasy Resonance, which is kind of cool. I hope they do that for Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, because I think it's called the Key Saga. You know, that's pretty important. And especially Missing Link now. Like, oh my god, dude, the leaks about Missing Link's intro. Like, holy shit, man. This was like really supposed to be a game. And we're never going to see what that is. They're going to have to make a whole new game, an in-between game or something else again, or a movie to show the events of Missing Link. What's up, Base Truth? I got kids? No, I don't. I'm saying whenever I inevitably do, because I am planning on having kids eventually, but not right now. I have no kids, apart from my cat. You can maybe say my cat's a kid, because in my opinion, don't tell him I told you, but he's worse than a child. This fucking cat, dude, I swear. He is the most spoiled cat ever. Gets all the treats, all the food, all the toys. I let this man do damn near anything, but my god, does he aggravate the shit out of me sometimes. It's mainly in the morning, dude. This guy, oh my lord. I'm pretty sure for my fellow cat owners out there, you will know this, where you worked like a crazy shift the night before. You get in your bed, you go to sleep, maybe your cat gets in there, starts snuggling up to you or whatever. But as soon as it hits like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock maybe, I said it again. Fuck! They're just standing on top of you, looking at your face, meowing, like on your chest, all four paws pushed into your chest like crazy, and there's meowing to you to get up and feed them. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, dude. I don't even feed you till 9 o'clock in the morning most of the times, maybe 10. Why are you asking for food already? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't gotta be at work till about 9:30, man. I'm trying to sleep for another hour. Yeah, for real. It is his house, right? I'm texting your cat right now. Tell me exactly. Am I still working out? Yeah, I am. I haven't been able to work out as consistently here within like the last month or so, but yeah, I still try to go as much as I can. Just life be lifing, man. I'm trying to get into trade school right now, and they are being an absolute pain with me. I gotta actually call them in a second. I don't know if I'm gonna call them today or tomorrow. Uh, and I gotta talk with them to see if they'll let me do part-time for these classes. They told me on the website, or on the website I put in my application, I applied to be part-time, and they're saying that I have to be in class. I have to pick either morning or night classes, but I only have to be in class for 20 hours. It really isn't that bad, but it does kind of interfere with my other job I have, because I'm damn near full-time to an extent. I'm not really full-time at the other job, but I say I'm damn near full-time because they're always calling me in to do random shit. Like, I may not work this day, but you know, tomorrow I'm not scheduled to work, but I'm almost positive they'll call me in, you know, something like that. But I pretty much work damn near full-time hours there, and I mean, I'm not complaining. It's good. I make enough money to support me and my family, but I'm trying to get to where I can maybe take this trade school class and be there for like the tail end of the morning class, and then also be there for like the night class, so I can get my 20 hours within like 3 days. But I don't know if they'll let me do that, if they'll let me bleed in, or like bleed in classes like that. Or I guess you would say blend them would be better. Because if I had to pick one or the other, then that's gonna really fucking suck. I can do it, but man, is it gonna suck. So, and especially too, I found out from people who went to this trade school that they don't necessarily teach you anything at all. They just kind of give you a textbook and give you the syllabus, and it's like, okay, you need to get this done by the time you get to like this section, or like we get to this time period. And it's like, damn, bro, I'm just doing this, and then you ain't teaching me anything. They said they have some hands-on stuff, but I would assume for a trade you would do a lot more hands-on things, but I guess not. They just said it's mainly just textbook stuff, which I think is honestly boring, and it's very hard for me to retain attention and learn if I'm only doing it like with a textbook, and there's like not like rarely any engagement, because it's not like the textbook's going to be entertaining as hell. Talking about entertaining, chat, I have been I've been reading this manga recently. It is called Innocent, right? Innocent? Is it Innocence or Innocent? Let me see. Yeah, Innocent. It's a manga series. Right here. Let me show you the picture of it. I got this last year for Christmas, and it has been a fantastic read so far. This right here, I'm reading the first volume. My girlfriend was at a meeting Tuesday, and I drove her to the meeting, and I'm chilling in the car for like 2 hours, and I read 360 pages of this, and I didn't even realize 2 hours passed. I was like, holy shit, man. It is so good. I have loved every second of it. It is a bit more mature, I will say that. Some crazy stuff happens in it. You do see a bit of banging here and there. You see few new things happening, but it happens during the French Revolution, and it's about Charlie. No, not Charlie. My bad. Charles Henry Sanson. That's his name. He's the main character, and even like in the first page, like the first chat, or you'd say like the first, yeah, it would be like the first volume because an omnibus. Man gets tortured by his father and some more stuff. It is crazy, but it's such a good book. I've enjoyed it so much, and not to mention, Charles is such a great character. He's a fantastic character. I really love how they're telling his story. What kind of trade am I going into? I'm going into industrial maintenance repair, or I think they just call it industrial maintenance, but I'm also like a little bit 50-50 on it because I'm going to be honest, I really don't give a fuck about industrial maintenance whatsoever. But I would say most other people probably don't either. I think that's just kind of like a thing. If they don't know really what to do, they kind of just pick a trade and they're like, okay, I'll go into this. Because I was going to go into coding or like programming because they do have that at the trade school as well. And I'm a bit more into like computers and stuff like that, of course, you know, a bit more of a nerd. So I thought that I would enjoy that more, but they don't offer part-time classes there for that. Because if they did, I would just go into that. But yeah, I'm going to industrial maintenance. I also think it's pretty safe from AI, which I know may sound like tinfoil hat type beat, but I don't think that an AI can necessarily take a industrial maintenance guy's job to an extent. But that's one thing. I was like looking like very far into the future with this. So I was going into that and it pays pretty well. You know, it's not going to be like anything super crazy right out the gate, but after you're in it for a few years, you start getting paid a pretty modest amount, you know, pretty good amount. I think they were saying at one of the jobs that, or one of the guys that we were talking to, he's like, yeah, he makes like 70K a year, and he made 70K after working in this field for like 3 or 4 years, and now he makes even more. But so yeah, you know, I'm just trying to set up my family more so than anything, because I'm still going to be doing YouTube and everything else on top of also working industrial maintenance. But I will say, once I start doing that, I probably will get an editor, just because I don't think I'm going to be able to have the time to sit there and edit while also working a full-time job. I am going to try to get the schedule though, Chad. I'm trying to get the 4-day schedule. Whenever I do get done with trade school, I hope to God I can maybe find some place that will hire me for working like 4 days and having 3 off. Oh, dude. I used to work 12-hour shifts, Chad, at this one factory. I worked 12-hour shifts 3 days a week, and it was so glorious. God, dude, having 4 days off was incredible. I'd work from, I mean, it would suck the days that I did work. I'd work from 12 a.m. I said 12 a.m. 7 a.m. to 7:30 at night. I would do that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you know, like those days, I would just like not even, those aren't even days to me, you know. I'm literally showing up, I'm working, I'm getting off, and that's that. But one thing that job gave me was a lot of fucking tolerance. Like, I truly have so much tolerance now for like working different, or just like hours in general, like working super long hours of jobs, where whenever I work like 8 hours, it feels like a short shift now, because I did that for pretty much half a year. The only reason why I left, really the only reason why I left that job was just because out of nowhere they were like, hey, all you guys are going night shift and you're working 5 days a week now. And I'm like, dude, I'm not working the fucking nights, you're crazy. And majority of other people also agreed. Like, I think by the end of it, only like 8 people stayed after they did that, and it was real bad for them. I mean, they're still kind of, I have a friend that still works there, and he's talking about how bad it is because they're constantly getting newer people that aren't that good, and they're having to train them up and everything else, and it's just overall a bad time. That's crazy routes. Yeah, no, 70K is solid. I mean, and you also have to consider too, like the amount I would make also from YouTube at that point. Let's say if GS is still a thing, whatever I'm on, I think at that point, Brave Frontier would be out, and I am planning on going pretty hard on BF, and I'm hoping that's going to be a pretty good game that a lot of people are going to be interested in and everything. So, I think we're going to see that. I'm also planning on going maybe pretty crazy on the Bleach mobile game, the Bleach Legends. So, we'll see how that is too. But, at that point, we'll see what we're doing. But if it's even remotely the same as it is now for like my overall income, then I'll be making pretty much 100K a year. Not to mention, my girlfriend, her job, we'll be making a very good amount of money for what we're doing. And it's just like, some people be like, oh yeah, just chase your dreams the whole time. I'm not necessarily giving up my dream, but I am making sure that I'm in a situation where I can take care of my family and take care of myself while also still doing what I love. Because I don't know, I never really wanted, if it happens and I got super big off of YouTube, that was cool. And I make like a ton of money off YouTube, that'd be fantastic. But I don't know, it was never in the cards for me. Some people look at YouTube very entrepreneur-like and very business-like. And I think whenever you do that, it kind of takes the authenticity and human nature out of it to an extent. And I kind of hate YouTube that is, the part of YouTube that's like that, man. I really do. I don't really like the more business side, stretching views and stretching. It's like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like the YouTube that I grew up with, which I guess is an old head talking, but still, I just don't like it. Also, I don't think I'm going to survive this because I'm pretty sure this nuke is going to off me instantly. Uh-oh. Does that still hit? Because he's blind. But 100% accuracy, though. No way that hits. Okay, it does. Never mind. I forgot who I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the Saito Hajime. I haven't played GS in like 3 months. What's been happening? We recently got the global first character, Simon. He's terrible. Don't summon for him. Solo leveling happened. And we also got errands with the newest Grand Crusade chapter. Here soon, like in 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to be having ReZero more than likely. And that's going to be pretty cool because Reinhardt's going to come out, and Reinhardt's really good. Also, Rim seems pretty interesting. I'm really excited for Rim as well. Might need to combine her with Igris. I think they're going to be a pretty cool team. And then, I don't know. I don't think there's anything any other big thing happening necessarily in GS. It's just like the usual update stuff for the most part. Nothing too crazy. I mean, there's stuff to do right now, though. I'll say that, which is cool. I may not be farming Grand Crusade as much as the next guy, but I've been enjoying it. I think this is a pretty solid update. The only bad part about this update, in my opinion, is just Simon. I think Simon's just kind of god-awful. Talking about Simon, what does his equip do? I have not seen this yet. Because I haven't even done this event all the way through. What does his equip do? Soul Cleaver, Black Mass. Reduce enemies Dark Res, and increase Arcage by 50. That's actually not a bad just burst Archgen item for like nukes and stuff. I mean, the Dark Res is kind of whatever, but like just the 50 Arcage is like a free-to-play option. Because the other option you would use is like Ashura, which is overall a bit better. You're able to utilize it a bit more with more units because Ashura gives like what, 80 Arcage on the initial use, plus is it 80% physical damage or 60% physical damage? So that's actually not terrible. Does Simon at least have aura? I mean, I mean, the only thing that I think makes him lose aura points, in my opinion, are these fucking chains right here, or these belts around his neck. He has 3 belts around his neck. I know it's really hard to see in this one. Let me see if I can bring it up in the database. Let me see. Grand Summoners database. Simon. Let me see. So like, if you see here, see if I can zoom in. Oh god, I zoomed in too much. Okay. He has like 3 belts. And it looks like he also has like a... Oh, that's the buckle. Okay, never mind. It's like, okay, so it's just 1 belt wrapped around his neck and the buckle's right there. That's so weird. That's so weird. I don't like that one. This one I kind of like. I enjoy this artwork, but I also don't really like this at the same time. I think I like this the most because of the gun, but also I do enjoy that this is the scythe. As you see, the scythe still in the background, and it's just the ends of it. Is this the same right here? Oh yeah, it is, because here's the gun barrel right there. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. Of course, I do like the SP art. Some people say they don't like it. I saw someone say that it looks better as a still image, and okay, I thought I heard somebody knocking on my door, but some people say it looks better as a still image, because I can show you guys how it looks in game real quick, like while it's animated. Let me see. So this is it animated, and this is it as a still image. I mean, I like the animation. I like the animation on the Warhammer part itself. I think this looks really sick. I don't guess I like it on Simon because, like, it's kind of crazy, man. Like the stance he's in and stuff. It's a little crazy. But I don't know. Maybe I do like it more as a still image. I think my favorite one, though, is probably this one. Even though I do have my gripes with the choker, I just really like him walking up like this. This looks cool in my opinion. And I think also the scythe. The scythe does a lot for me here. But yeah. Also the belts, like on the boots, man. Who designed this character? Tetsuya Nomura? Oh my goodness. Put belts on everybody and zippers and everything else. Wish it was more scythe than hammer in the SP. That would be cool, yeah. Maybe like him just slicing and you kind of saw like the energy coming off of it. That would be cool. But alas, who does he think he is with an unbuttoned shirt? For real, man. It's wild because if you watch the story of the prelude or whatever, you see Simon and he's like in his default Phantom Sniper's attire. So like, I think that may be a flashback. Maybe that's what is happening in the story. I don't know. I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but it's like, bro, what made you throw down your old outfit and be like, I'm putting on 3 belts around my neck, unbuttoning the shirt and everything. Like, is that how he got Miranda? Did he pull up in that outfit? There's no way, right? Because Jesus, dude, that's pretty bad. That's like the most edgelord outfit you can go. And I would, main thing, not only is it edgelord, it's just oh my god, it's not even just edgelord, it's just Van Helsing. It's GS version of Van Helsing. Because let me see, let me look at Van Helsing's outfit. Van Helsing. It has to be very inspired. Like, has to be, right, Chad? I mean, I guess you could argue it's not. But like the hat too, like Simon is such a fanboy. Like, let me do these side by side so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Well, I can see it. I can see it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, here, let me show you. Like, I can see it personally, especially the long hair too. It's like, why did Simon get long hair? He had short hair this entire time. The chest being open right here is a little weird. I don't know why, but as you see here, like fucking Van Helsing has belt buckles all over him too. So, I mean, it has to be, bro. It has to be. Is soul leveling still around? Yeah, soul leveling's still around. Uh, no, Baru, no, he's not. Or no, they're not. The only ones that are units are Cha, Choi, Jinu, and Ignis. Not Ignis, my bad. Igris. Those are the main ones. Simon doesn't know there's only guys playing GS. I think there is a Japanese female player that loves Finn, and I remember seeing like her having an entire box of like Summer Finn or regular Finn. So that's kind of cool, but yeah, I don't think there's too many girl players. There's probably a few, but probably not that many. I know Jen was one of them, right? If I'm not mistaken. She used to be an old content creator for GS. Oh, hold on. Are we about to get them all? Oh, left is right. Left is right. Left is right. Oh my fucking god. At the end there, I should always pick right. Every time I pick left, it's never, ever, ever been red. Oh my goodness. I need to stop doing that. Marissa. Oh yeah, dude. I wish. I would love to have a character that scales off of HP in GC. I think I have Summer Sistina, but I just don't use her. But yeah, I would love to have one of those HP scalers in GC. I think they're really fun to use. Another unit chance. Do I have an AI Nova for wait, which Nova? I think the only AI Nova I have is for the Firebird. That's the only one I've ever bothered of doing. Or ever bothered with, let me say. I didn't mean to make that smaller. Make that bigger. Alright, let's try this again. Come on, Big Shiro. Okay, HP. I'm gonna go left side now. Well, we tried. Maybe I should switch the amount of activities we have right now, because I'm still C tier in terms of stats. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Or I meant to have stuff. There we go. Yeah, I'm still C tier in terms of stats. And I don't know, I feel like I should probably be closer to B. I think I'd be a bit more comfortable if some of my stats were in B now, because we are like getting closer to 100. And I'm pretty sure by the time we hit 100, I actually would have B tier level stats, but I don't know. Also, please off this guy, Okaroon. I'm really hoping Okaroon doesn't get inflicted with poison or something here, because that would suck so much. Well, actually, no, okay, we're good. Yeah, big damage. Yeah, I don't know why, Pie Guy. I don't know what that is, because there's a lot of reruns that we kind of need. I think would be great to have him. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing Overlord again and getting maybe some newer characters with Overlord. Not to mention to get like another chance of getting Albedo and stuff. What's another one? I mean, it probably would be good for Kenshin to come back, just so people can get Kenshin inside Ohajime. There's one like Ascended crossover that only came around once. I can't remember what it was. I mean, Dandadan, of course. I know some people want Dandadan because of Okaroon. But I feel like there was an older Ascended crossover that only showed up once, that people really wanted to come back and it never did. Maybe it's Dandadan that I'm thinking of. Maybe it's not that old. Oh, Shadow. That's what it is. Shadow of Eminence. That's what it is, yeah. Because Shadow only came around once, and Shadow is such a good character. And so many people don't have Shadow. And I don't think ever will have Shadow, because I don't see them rerunning that, which is wild. Maybe it didn't do that good, because I'm assuming when it comes to them rerunning a crossover, it's not just if they can do it. It's probably like monetary, you know, like how much money can they generate. Also, I think popularity probably is a bit of a key factor in it, because it is wild that we haven't seen more newer animes to an extent. Like what? Like I think the newest animes we got recently were just Solo Leveling and Dandadan, right? So there's a lot of newer animes that they could kind of like try to push for and put in the game. Not to mention, bro, like, where's the Bleach crossover? You know what I mean? When is Ichigo Kurosaki gonna be in this thing? And are you gonna spoil the entire 1,000-Year Blood War if you put him in the game? Oh yeah, Hell's Paradise did come back, right? Yeah. I liked Hell's Paradise too. I think Hell's Paradise could probably get some newer characters, or we just see buffs overall. Gabimaru is still one of my favorite attackers. I just love, I don't know, him just hugging somebody and just blowing up. And that'd be sick. If we ever got Dragon Ball, I would hope they would do Vegeta's final explosion. God, I think that would look so cool in game. Especially if you like floated up to like the center in the middle here. And maybe we got like an actual like audio track to play, you know? You could maybe say it like how he does in Dokkan and shit. That'd be cool. If we ever got that, but I don't think Dragon Ball, like a lot of those established IPs like Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, stuff like that, and even like Bleach, I think it's such a far-fetched dream for GS crossover wise because usually a lot of them already have mobile games. I don't think there actually is a Naruto mobile game at the moment though, right? Or is there, chat? Because Ninja Tribes isn't still a... Yeah, there's no way Ninja Tribes is still a thing. Oh yeah, good luck, Dixon. Yeah, me too, Tyranny, yeah. Going like super deep on a banner. I mean, they're gonna give you that 30 gems whenever the update goes live. So you can have like half of a pity saved. But yeah, it kind of sucks because we don't know when that new pity system is gonna come out. I would guess, this is just my guess, I would guess it's probably coming out when ReZero comes out. That would be my guess. Now, at the same time though, I also believed that it would come out when Simon came out, but it did not come out when Simon dropped. SAO, dude, I'm actually surprised we haven't got SAO in GS. Like, that is the perfect, one of the perfect crossovers just to kind of throw in here, and it still is not a thing. And I'm not even the biggest SAO fan, but like, are we kidding me? Like, out of everything? Did LC get SAO? I don't think LC's gotten Sword Art Online yet. But like, that's another game. Like, what the fuck are they doing, man? I'm pretty sure they will, Pie Guy. If they don't, there would be an outrage in the community. Oh man, it would be bad if they don't do it, but I'm almost positive they will. Also, Poor Jai, thanks so much for the sub. There was some Naruto ones a few years back. Yeah, I know we had, there was Ninja Voltage, right? You had Ninja Voltage, which I know that closed down. And then you also had Naruto Ninja Tribes. And I think Ninja Tribes closed down as well. And wasn't Ninja Tribes a browser game? I think it was. I'm probably gonna have to play a little bit here. I don't want my peeps to die. Is it the True Art that gives me? Yeah, it should be the True Art that gives me stats, right? There we go. I still think it's a shame they never did an Attack on Titan crossover. Yeah, I kind of hate that we didn't do more with the Liberation mechanic. Or they didn't do more, let me say. Oh man, dude, I thought the Liberation mechanic was so cool. And they really just had to get it right. That was all they had to do. Like, they only did Groitz and Emmy. And I think if you did it right, it would have been really cool to see like them actually be some pretty hype units. Like that was the thing I'm talking about whenever I was saying it not too long ago about how there's not really a lot of innovation happening anymore in GS or a lot of cool ideas. The Liberation mechanic was so cool, man. God, it was so cool. I mean, maybe it wasn't that good in gameplay, but like, come on, man, who cares? It just looked sick. And I mean, they could have made it good. You just gotta, I think you just gotta do it right. I think the best thing would be just to make it where if they had their True Weapon equipped or something like that, they just started in Liberation instead of having to like go through all this extra stuff with like getting the stacks and everything else, right? I think just allowing them to instantly go straight into it if they had a certain equip or something like that on would have been really cool. It would have helped out a lot in nukes. Another thing too was like a lot of their animations was really slow, especially with like their mechanic where they had to use their skills in order to build up to like their big attack or like their actual like liberation art. You had to use like 5 skills, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it kind of sucks that it took so long. I think another thing would have been like to be able to start with 2 liberation orbs, or if it would have been like, hey, if you have an equip, or like if you have art gauge up on this unit every 10, well, I guess it wouldn't, it would be weird because then you have tactics and stuff like that. Well, tactics wouldn't apply. Yeah, it would. It'd be the same way. And so like if you had like 10 art gauge on the unit, or if you had like art gauge up, it accounted for the liberation mode orbs as well. So you could have like 20 art gauge up and it counted as like you having 2 orbs in the liberation mode, so you don't have to use 3 skills to get your like big liberation art. That could have been cool, but I guess it would be kind of hard to implement because then you have stuff like tactics and all that where it gives you 50 art gauge, so it's like, does that count, or is it just specifically the art gauge up crest? And I would just say make it to where it's only the art gauge up crest, or just put it like in parentheses art gauge up, and then like in the description be like parentheses gives 2 liberation or 2 liberation orbs on activation of liberation or something. Yeah, the dual units across the blades, yeah. I think that would still be good if they did that, where you have like a summonable character, and then you have the free character come out, and if you use them together, they have like a big dual attack. I wouldn't have mind that whatsoever if that's how it was for Igris and Jinu. Like, you summon for Jinu, but Igris is the free unit, and Igris alongside Jinu has like a crazy dual attack or something. Because technically they already do, I think, right? Isn't it in Jinu's super art? Doesn't Igris do something with him, or is it someone else? It might be someone else. I think it's one of his other summons, isn't it? You got him at 11 summons, nice. Baru, oh, okay. That's who it is, gotcha. But yeah, I mean, that would have been cool. I like the cross arts. It was sick. Definitely would love to see it again, but I don't think we ever are. Also, this might be a bit of a pain for this team to deal with this boss. I don't know if they can actually do it. I may have to give stamina drinks to everybody and get them to. Well, actually, no, wait. Yeah, what am I talking about? You can just insta kill him with Saito Hajime. I think at the EX fight, he has a threshold, so he always puts down his little sonar thing. Man, hey, for all my fighting game peeps, man, Avatar drops tomorrow, bro. I'm so hyped. I can't wait for Avatar. God, it's gonna be so good. I pre-ordered it. I'm ready. I saw some gameplay of Nightmare Korra as well. Saw Ozai, saw oh fuck. Zahir? Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna be playing Aang though. I really liked Aang in the beta. I think he's like one of the harder characters to use, but he seems to be out here cooking up something. What do you do with the expert LB stone? I would just save it for a unit that like actually gets pretty substantially changed whenever you have an expert LB. Like, for example, Star God Lisa. Star God Lisa is really good with an expert LB because you can use a 4-star heal instead of a 4-star magic. Let me see here. Very cool chat. All right. Yeah. It's been cool, man. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for Avatar. I can't wait for Marvel Tokon. I think Marvel Tokon comes out in like, what? It's like 3 or 4 weeks after we get Avatar. I'm probably gonna want to play Marvel Tokon more than Avatar, unfortunately, because man, dude, Marvel looks so good. But Avatar is a lot of fun as well. Yeah, about drop crazy hours in Tokon. Yeah, absolutely, man. Who's your team, Sharpshooter? Who's your team? I'll tell you mine. I'll tell you mine right now. Well, I'll just say, just off of who we've seen so far, this might change once I actually get to experience and play with them. It probably will change. But you already know Carnage is on the team by default. Carnage is gonna be there. I think you gotta go Doctor Doom. You got to. You got to, man. All is ruled by Doom after all. And then I'm gonna go Wolverine. Wolverine's just my GOAT. And then for that last slot, man, I just don't know. I don't know who I want to put there yet. A part of me kind of wants to do Ghost Rider because I just love how Ghost Rider looks. And he seems really fun to play. But I don't know. It's kind of like all over the place right now. We have to see like how those assists and stuff are. But yeah, man. I know no matter what, Carnage is on the fucking team, dude. I love symbiotes so much. And Carnage and Doom, they got to be on the team. The other two are a bit interchangeable, in my opinion. Wolverine, even though he is my GOAT, if he doesn't really fit the setup too well, then I might go with something else. Iron Man, Penny, Magic, and either Mag or Deadpool. Yeah, dude, Mag looks cool. Dude, Iron Man looks really cool, actually. Did I play MVC back in the day? Actually, no. Whenever I got into fighting games, I was not really a fighting game player whenever Marvel vs. Capcom was around. So my like first experience with like tag fighters and stuff like that was with Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I played that shit nonstop, grinded ranks so hard, try to learn the ins and outs of that game. Like year 1, year 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ. After that, it was BB Tag. I loved BB Tag, dude. BB Tag was so much fucking fun. It was some goofy shenanigans at times, but I remember whenever they did like the BB Tag, like definitive edition, and they added the guy from BlazBlue. What's his name? Is it Susano? It's like the green. Yeah, I think it is Susano. And I remember playing him. Oh, dude, he was so sick. Like I loved his like combos where he like went into the ground and he like had his huge mouth and he just like pushed them all the way to the corner, kicks them up in the air, and you can continue it. Oh my god, it was so sick. It was so cool. Yeah, BB Tag was probably my next experience with tag fighters. But yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ is still like my GOAT. I wish that I would have been around to play games like Marvel vs. Capcom because I feel like I would have invested hours into it. But I still watch people play it. Like whenever I see Maximilian Dude or whoever, like I'll watch any Marvel vs. Capcom videos. I'm like, damn, dude, this game looks so cool even like years later. And then not to mention, I use the music all the time. I love the music from Marvel vs. Capcom. The whole jazzy, funky beats, man. Oh, man. It's some great stuff. But the first the first fighting game that really pulled me in and like had a death grip on me was Tekken 7. Oh, dude, Tekken 7 was so fucking clean. Like, this was before they added Noctis, like just to give you an idea of when I was playing. I was playing, who was the most recent character that came out whenever I was playing Tekken 7? I really can't remember. I think it wasn't too far. I think it was still like year one, year maybe almost year two of T7. But oh, dude, I loved playing T7. T7 was so much fun. I played Claudio the most. That was my goat. Played Claudio. I tried to learn Jin. I wanted to learn a Mishima so bad. And I think Jin was my pick, and I learned him a little bit, but yeah, Claudio was my main in T7. And then I played T8. T8 at launch was kind of cool, but after like some of the more recent changes, I really haven't been able to get too much into it. But I have heard that it's kind of having a bit of a turnaround now. Like some of the newer updates and stuff are really fun. So I might hop back in with my Claudio, try to see if I can cook up something, see if I can grind ranked a little bit. Because I love Tekken. I think Tekken is one of my favorite fighting game series ever, but it just sucks that I don't know, it just kind of had like a rough thing, and not to mention like Harada and everybody else left, and it's like, man, dude, not the goats leaving. And I'm really excited to see like what Harada and them can cook up at their studio now, if they're going to make like I'm assuming it's going to be another fighting game, and I am completely down with seeing a brand new fighting game IP come out. Especially if it's something crazy. I also played a 2XKO. I tried it, but dude, the controls in 2XKO, they're my biggest grievance with that game is just the control scheme. I do not like it. And I remember, oh yeah, I also played Street Fighter 6. Oh my lord, I love Street Fighter 6. I love SF6. If you want to know Street Fighter 6, who is the GOAT? Come on now. It's Big Marissa. Big Marissa, man. Oh. Street Fighter 6 Marissa is a demon, chat. Look, I may not have no anti-air. I may not have no anti-air. But let me get one hit on you. And it's over, man. It is actually over. Your whole health bar is gone. I love Marissa so much in Street Fighter 6. Oh, Guilty Gear. Yeah, I played Strive. In Strive, I played Giovanni. If you can tell, I really like playing the newer characters. Like in a lot of these fighting games, I love playing the new original characters. And yeah, in Strive, it was Giovanni. Really had a lot of fun with Giovanni. Is there a particular studio you like for fighting games? Personally, it's between Arc System Works and Capcom. I really enjoy those fighting games. I think I might enjoy... Well, I would say it's still Bandai to an extent because I do love Tekken so much. And I feel like if I'm thinking of just a fighting game in my head and I'm thinking about two dudes just scrapping, you know, just... I'm talking about just slugging it out. Tekken is what comes to mind. Even though there are, you know, some like magical stuff happening, some crazy bullshit and everything, I'm just imagining like straight hands. In my head, it would be Tekken. But gameplay wise, I thoroughly enjoy games by Arc System Works so much. Like Guilty Gear, even though people had their gripes with Strive, I found Strive so much fun. I loved like doing all these crazy combos, seeing like these crazy supers and everything else. And dude, the announcer, like, oh, and the music in Strive is so good. But also like the announcer, like whenever you would get like a big hit or something, it would be like counter and stuff like that. I miss like that arcadey stuff, you know, or like everybody knows it, you know, the OG Street Fighter 2 Perfect, right? Perfect. Or oh my god, dude, I wish more games still did that. That's one of the reasons why I like Street Fighter 6's what is it? The I wanted to say flow. I've been playing and thinking about Avatar too much. Drive Punish, right? Or like whatever you is that what it's called? It's not Drive Punish, right? I know Drive Rush is when you cancel. What am I thinking of here? But you guys know Drive Impact. That's what it's called. Yeah, whenever you drive impact somebody else and like the all the paint stuff comes off of them, it's something so subtle and like the higher you go up in ranked, you don't really see people just throwing out a random drive impact here and there. But whatever it does, and you see like the huge splat, I'm like, fuck, man, that's so cool. I really think fighting games are some of the coolest games on the planet, dude. Like, just the shit you can do in them, it's so cool. But like, I've always been a fan of like fighting games, action games, like especially character action games. I love them so much. Like Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, Bayonetta. I've always just loved pressing buttons and doing cool stuff. So, have I played Grand Blue Rising? No, I have not. But I've seen so many cool things about it, and so many people praise it. But I just hear that the player base is kind of a bit small, so it's a bit hard to find matches at times, which I think is the worst thing. Fighting games are such a niche genre of games, so they don't have too many players, unless like you're talking about the big names, right? And then even then, it's still kind of niche. And whenever you find a game, it's like, damn, dude, the worst thing can happen is sit here, you grind this game, you love it, and there's just no one playing. And you're like, fuck, man, that's so sad. So you usually have to play with friends. Like, do you guys remember the JoJo game that came out not too long ago? It was like JoJo All-Star Battle R or something like that. It was a remaster of the original. And I remember I got on that, like, it was probably like 2 or 3 months after the game came out. I tried to find a match, couldn't find one. I just had to play it with my friend, and I had so much fun just goofing off, doing different stuff with the JoJo characters, and it was so good, man. It was actually like, I would say a pretty competitive 3D fighter to an extent, but I think also a lot of the hardcore player base still plays the OG. I think they do like Parsec or something to play the OG, and they just play against other people like that. Because the OG, from what I heard, has a bit more variety with characters, plus the whole cancels and everything else you can do. It's a bit more in depth. I think they kind of dumbed it down in the remake, people were saying, or the remaster. But yeah, uh, I love fighting games so much. They're so cool. Watching Evo is also one of my favorite things. Just watching tournaments. I love watching fighting game tournaments. Some of the most hyped shit happens, man. it just feels so human and so genuine. Like the stuff. I mean, I know like you watch like these bigger tournaments, like you would say like Call of Duty or Valorant and stuff like that. I think like those still have their hype moments and they're still really fun to watch. But I don't know, something about this two dudes scrapping and people getting pissed off at each other. I'm like, holy shit, this is what gaming's about, man. This is like fighting with your homies, you know, back in the day, just mashing buttons on like Mortal Kombat or something, just getting pissed off at each other and having such a fun time. And like having these crazy moments in game and everybody just screaming and everything else. Like, it's such an exhilarating experience. I love Evo and like just watching tournaments. I want to eventually like go to Evo. I've never been before, and I think it would be really fun to like see that IRL. Oh yeah, Ninja Gaiden, yeah, dude. Like, I've played the original Ninja Gaidens, like you know the platforming ones. I've also played the you know, more of the newer ones, you know, the action ones and stuff. Ninja Gaiden Black's amazing. Ninja Gaiden 2, the original Ninja Gaiden 2, incredible on the 360. Oh man, but hold on, chat, I'll be right back. Oh man, chat. I'm sorry about that, man. My brother had to run to the bathroom. That IBS hit, man. Was not expecting it. Came out of nowhere on me. Ninja Gaiden Black on the OG Xbox from my childhood. Said something about my parents. No, dude, Ninja Gaiden Black was sick. I hate that I'm not gonna be able to get rid of this either, because look, it just says unexpected error. Because I let time out. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden Black was sick. Ninja Gaiden 2 on the 360. So good, man. So good. And it's so crazy to me that every time Koei Tecmo tries to re-release Ninja Gaiden 2, the 360 version, they never ever get it right. It's like, come on now, chat. You know, like, how hard is it just to literally do a 1-to-1 port of a 360 version of a game? That's all people want. They just want Ninja Gaiden 2 on PC and like newer consoles and stuff. That's all they want. But chat, we've made it to the nice number. So I think we're gonna end the stream for today. It's been fun. Had a lot of good conversations, had a lot of good talks. Yapped about a few different things, right? But that's gonna be it for this one. In terms of the content for the rest of the week, let me see, what else do we have planned? Actually, I really don't have anything else planned for the rest of the week. So I don't know. We'll see like what the videos are for tomorrow and stuff. I don't think there's any big announcements on JP really. I know they're counting down to the. I don't know. Wait, they're not counting down to it. I think they already did their half anniversary, unless like they're doing another thing. But yeah, I think the next thing probably to be announced in JP is like the next the new saga character. I forgot what the saga's called. Maybe that would be like the next thing. But yeah, I think we might not be doing too much more content this week. Maybe like a few things here and there if something crazy comes out, but I ain't really got anything planned apart from just doing more GC and stuff. So yeah, that might be it. So if not, I'll see you. If I don't post anything else, I'll see you guys next Monday. We'll probably be having something to talk about then. But until next time, your boy will be chilling till then. Either way. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been your boy P, and last but not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.